Today we're going to go over my top suggestions on what clothes to bring out in the backcountry. This is going to go over everything you need for a backpacking trip, so if you bring all of this stuff, you'll be in good shape. The most important thing is that you bring the items necessary to make sure that you're safe when you're out on the trail. You should look at the weather conditions and make sure you understand what those are, and then plan for the worst possible scenario. Your base layer. That is also known as your underwear layer. It's the layer that sits closest to the skin. Some of the things you're going to want to keep in mind when you pick out that base layer is comfort, because it is going to be against your skin for the entirety of your trip. You're also going to want to think about its moisture wicking capabilities. So when you're working really hard and you're sweating out there, is it able to wick that sweat away from your body? How breathable is it? Is it something where you're going to overheat and suffocate and it's just like wearing a plastic bag? Or is it really breathable? And then last but not least, you're going to want to think about odor prevention. You're going to be working really hard. You're probably going to be wearing this layer the entire time you're out in the backcountry. So if it has some odor mitigating properties, that would be a really nice thing for not just you, but also your friends. My top all-around pick for all weather conditions is the Smart Wool Merino 150 base layer quarter zip. This thing's fantastic because it's the right thickness of material to be able to get you through all of the different seasons. It also is a quarter zip, so it gives you an extra ability to vent a little bit while you're out in the backcountry. You can obviously just pull up the sleeves a little bit if you start getting a little bit hot as well, and it's fantastic when it comes to odor prevention. My top pick for colder environments is the Smart Wool Classic Thermal 250 base layer crew. This thing's great for colder conditions. If the peak temperature is not that warm, let's say 50 degrees or so, this can be a really great option in those colder environments. It still has all the benefits that I mentioned in the quarter zip. It's just a little bit thicker, so that way it performs a little bit better in those colder environments. My top pick for sunny environments where there isn't a lot of tree cover, think places like the desert or something like that, is the Outdoor Research Echo hoodie. This thing only weighs 4.5 ounces. It's made of this stretchy, breathable material, which is really nice, particularly in those kinds of environments. It obviously has a hood, so that way you're not getting just blasted by the sun. There's a couple of small downsides. It's synthetic instead of merino wool, so you're gonna have more of an odor problem. And it also shows sweat a little more. So if you're a sweaty person, people are gonna know it. Shifting over to my affordable option for a base layer top, I'm gonna go with the Helly Hansen thermal base layer. This thing is lightweight, just weighs over 5 ounces. It's only $36, so it's cheap. It's synthetic, so it wicks sweat off of you pretty darn well. It does smell a little bit more, so you're gonna have a little bit of an odor issue if you're out there for many days. Base layer bottoms. I'm gonna recommend that everyone goes with boxer briefs for their base layer bottom to start, and then if you're in really cold temperatures, bring some long johns might also make sense. I would never hike with long johns unless it's extremely cold, but otherwise I'm using those at camp and potentially in my sleeping bag. My all-around top pick is going to be the Smart Wool 150 boxer briefs. These are great. They're really awesome with odor control. They wick sweat really well. You really can't do better than this. They're a little expensive for just one pair of boxers, so I totally get that, but they are gonna last you a long time. For the affordable option, I would go with any synthetic boxer that you own. That'll work just fine. If you need to buy something, I would buy the Fruit of the Loom Cool Zone. There's a 6-pack you can get for 18 bucks. Works out to like $3 a pair for boxers. Hey, maybe you need some more boxers anyways. Kill two birds with one stone here. Your mid layer, also known as your insulating layer, also known as the layer that keeps you warm. Mid layers are great for prolonged breaks on trail. Maybe you're gonna sit down and you're gonna have a lunch and it's a little chilly out. It's also really good for around camp. It's just another layer that you can put on once you've stopped hiking and you're just hanging around. Your mid layer is the area we're gonna see the most variety depending on the trail conditions that you can expect. If you're gonna be in a warmer environment, typically people can get away with something like a fleece, but if you're gonna be somewhere it's nice and cold or could get cold, then you're gonna wanna bring something like a down jacket and maybe one with a lot of down fill in it so it's extra, extra warm. It's worth noting at this part of the video that some people run hot and some people run cold. You know which one of those you are, so if you need something a little bit warmer because you typically run a little bit on the cooler side, that's great. You should plan for that. My top pick for warm weather environments is gonna be the Outdoor Research Vigor Full Zip hoodie. This is an awesome hoodie. It is really breathable. It's very comfortable. It has a stretchy material. If you're in a place where it's warmer and you're not gonna need something that's really warm to keep you toasty late at night, then this is a really great option. If you're gonna be going somewhere where it gets into the 30s, I would not recommend this because this is not gonna keep you warm, even if you put your shell on top of it. For an affordable option here, you can go with any synthetic layer that you have at home. I would recommend something with the zipper and hopefully something that is a little bit breathable. Just make sure you are not bringing cotton, because if you sweat into that thing or it gets wet somehow, it's just gonna stay super wet and it's ultimately gonna make you really cold. For colder weather, I would recommend getting a puffy jacket. We're gonna go through 3 different options right now. One that's ultra affordable, and top pick / expensive. If you're gonna go somewhere it's gonna get into the 40s at night, I would say this is not an option. I would say this is mandatory. You wanna make sure that you're warm at night. My top pick is going to be the Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer 2. This is something that if you've been in the backpack community for a while, you know this jacket very well. You see it out on trail quite a bit. The warmth to weight ratio of this jacket is insane. It is incredibly lightweight for the high quality goose down that you are getting in it, and can keep you warm in surprisingly cold environments. My affordable option is going to be the Decathlon 4-Class Trek 100. This is phenomenally warm for the price you are paying. It retails for just $90, 90% duck fill down, but it works super well, so you can't argue with its warmth. It also packs down into its own pocket, so it's really small. If I was just starting backpacking, this is the one that I would get. The ultra affordable option is the Amazon Essentials Puffer Jacket. This thing's just over $20. It weighs 11 ounces. It's synthetic, so it's not gonna keep you like as warm as a down jacket would. But if you're trying to figure out if you like backpacking at all and you're gonna be in a place that's relatively cold, you wanna make sure you don't get cold, this is a great option. Your shell. This is what keeps you dry and keeps you protected from the wind. This is something you are going to always want to bring, whether you are hiking or backpacking, regardless of whether or not it says that there's going to be rain in the forecast. My top pick for very wet weather is the Outdoor Research 4A2. This is a very storm-worthy jacket. I've owned mine for several years and I've been into all kinds of storms with this thing. Big thunderstorms, tornado watches here in Austin. It's just been a total tank, and it's gonna keep you dry under the harshest of conditions. It also has some cool features. It has armpit vents, for example. It is a little bit heavier at 16 ounces, but if you need that storm worthiness, this is a great option. My top pick for unlikely rain, or maybe just a little bit of drizzle, is the North Face Flight Light Riser Future Light. How about that for a name? Oh my God, I can't believe I got that right. This jacket is great for handling light afternoon showers in the mountains. If you're going on a hike, for example, you're gonna go up into the mountains and you never can predict if it's gonna actually rain or not, this is a great thing to have in your bag just in case. It only weighs 7.25 ounces, so it's ridiculously lightweight. It packs down super small, so it's great for those scenarios. If you're gonna be going out on a backpacking trip and you expect it to rain for multiple days, I would not bring this. I would bring the 4A2 that I just mentioned. If money is no object, if you want to bust out that wall and you want to spend all your bucks on a rain jacket, the Arc'teryx Beta is the best rain jacket that money can buy. This thing is ridiculously expensive at $400, but it is the do-everything jacket. It's very lightweight, it is very durable, it's storm-worthy, it has breathability built into it, it's stretchy. It's just a really impressive, no frills, but feature-packed, lightweight, storm-worthy jacket. Our affordable option here is going to be the ever popular Frog Togs Ultralight 2 rain jacket. This thing is incredibly cheap. It is very lightweight. It's just impressive for what it is. So if you need a rain jacket, and you don't want to break the bank, this will do the job. Hiking pants, hiking shorts, what do I bring? Do I bring both? This is a debate that I have with myself and with my friends. I personally always bring hiking shorts. I just like the ability to dump heat that way, and I think that pants are a little bit like suffocating for me when I'm hiking. There are some downsides though. It means you need to bring pants in addition, so that's a little extra weight that you're gonna have to carry. And it also means that your legs are exposed, whether that's to mosquito bites or snake bites or scratches from sticks or something like that. My top pick are the Outdoor Research Ferocity shorts. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I hope I'm saying that right. These shorts are fantastic. They're really lightweight, which means they're also breathable and they dry really quickly. They're made out of synthetic, but they also have some spandex in them, 14% spandex actually, so that way they're pretty stretchy. So if you're stepping up over something, it's not like awkward and restrictive. I also love that on the inside of the belt, there is a tightening mechanism, which is great. So that way, if you're out there and you're getting hot and you're kind of sweaty and your pants start to sag, you can tighten them up. An affordable option here is going to be gym shorts from home. If you have ones that are synthetic, those are going to be a good option for this as well. They're probably not going to dry out as quickly as the shorts that I just mentioned. So if you have a thinner short that you can bring that's synthetic from home, that's probably your best bet. Pants. The top pick, we're going to continue on the Outdoor Research train because they make really great gear. The Outdoor Research Ferocity pants are going to be my choice for this one for a lot of the same reasons as the shorts, actually. The material is the same, so it's this stretchy, breathable, simple material and design, so that way you can move pretty seamlessly around. You don't feel like you're constricted. The affordable option here is an interesting one. It's the Columbia Silver Ridge convertible pant. So this has a zipper on it, right? So it can go from being a pant to being a pair of shorts. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. It's also lighter weight than if you were to take the pants and the shorts and add them together. I personally don't bring them, but I have friends that do and they really swear by them. For socks, my top pick is the Darn Tough boot cushion sock. I want to make sure I get that right because there are lots of variations, and the boot cushion sock is the best one in my opinion. There are others that are thicker, but they're not great for all season. It's comfortable, it's durable, it has stretchy material in it as well, so it gives it a little bit of stretch, so it's not as constricting as you're moving around and trying to use your toes and things like that while you're hiking. I'm a huge fan of these. They are a bit expensive and they are an investment, but the good news is you can wear these for a really long time. I would recommend buying 2 pairs of socks when you go on a backpacking trip because one is for hiking and one is for camp. I'm still gonna give you an affordable option though. The Danish Endurance 3-pack on Amazon is a good deal. These are merino wool socks with other synthetics blended into the sock. You're gonna get 3 pairs of these for just under 30 bucks, so just under $10 a pair. And like I said, I would recommend getting 2 pairs of socks when you go out backpacking, so this way you're getting 3. My honorable mention, the thing that I would always bring, but you don't have to bring, is a buff. I think the buff is a phenomenal invention. I love this thing, it is fantastic. You can do so many things for you for something that weighs under 2 ounces. I use my buff to do things like protect me from the sun when it's a really bright day out. I don't want to get sunburn all across the back of my neck. It can keep me warm at night if I put it on around my neck or even like wrap it around like over my ears. It can be good to keep you warm. You can use it to cool off as well if you dip it in a stream or a river and then you put it on. Is it necessary? No, it's not like necessary, but like for me it is. Now that you know the clothes that you should buy, you should find out what gear you should buy and click on this link over here. It's going to help you make some of those decisions. Also hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks for being here, everybody.